Welcome back. We're going through assignment 6, and we are going to now use or go through questions 7 and 8. So we have already found relevant secondary sources on Westlaw, so we're going to find an additional relevant secondary source on Lexis. Okay, so what we did in Westlaw was we used the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure 8 as a starting point, and we found a secondary source from there. We also used Westlaw as a whole, and we searched all of the secondary sources, filtering and narrowing and using some keywords, and we found some that way. What we didn't do when we were looking for a Westlaw secondary source is we didn't use the secondary sources guide from the library. So I want to be sure we do that when we're looking for Lexis secondary source. And why don't we start there? So if we go to the library's secondary sources guide, and we're probably going to look for criminal law. So here we go, criminal law. And we don't want California, right? Because we're dealing with the Eighth Circuit. So we want to look on this side. And I know we're talking about Lexis, but let's just look really quick and see what we would have found for Westlaw if we were here. So Westlaw is all the orange dots. There's the LaFave treatise that we found. Um, There's the Orfield's Crim Pro that we found. Another LaFave. So many of those. All right, so we found some of the things. Wright and Miller isn't here, but it's not criminal specific. It's federal practice and procedure, so it makes sense that it's not there. But all right, let's look for Lexis. That's why we're here. So we've got criminal con law in Lexis. Lexis is the red dots. We've got habeas. That's not us. Moore's federal practice criminal. I think this is going to be really promising. Child's client. All right, let's do Moore's. We're just going to click on it, and it's going to take us right into Lexis. Here we go. And we can search. We're already in a criminal treatise, so we can just search for joinder. Yeah, well, let's just see what happens when we click joinder. Joinder of multiple, ignore the answers. They're not helpful. Joinder of multiple offenses against a single defendant. Okay, that looks promising. Why don't we start there? All right. I'm going to pop out the table of contents just so we can see where we're at. Rule 8A, that's us. 3 circumstances in which they must be joined. All right, same or similar character, same actor transaction, connected with or constitute parts of a common scheme or plan. All right, there we go. So Moore's federal practice was good to us. And then it goes into some of these in depth. So same or similar character, it goes in depth. I bet the next one is going to do some deep dive on based on same actor transaction. Let's see. Based on same actor transaction. So, and I bet the third one is down here as well. Okay, this is great. Moore's federal practice. I think we've got a winner already. We could, of course, do the same thing we did in Westlaw and do secondary materials and then narrow to, let's see, practice area, criminal law. And then we could run our search in all criminal law treatises. Of course, this is going to get us a lot of states as well. I like the way we did it. It was really clean. We can also go to the Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure and see what we can find there in terms of secondary sources to use. So I'm going to let that load. Sorry, it's taken a while. There we go. Okay. So we're breaking down the resources here in the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure, Rule 8, and we've got notes to decisions. That'll be helpful later, but we've got research references, and that's where we'll find some secondary sources. So let's see. We've got some AmJur. That's the American Jurisprudence Encyclopedia. We're skipping the law review articles. Federal procedure treatises. So we've got Moore's. We already found that. Look, this is the section that we found as well. So that's always good when you see it again. We've also got some crim law treatises. So defense techniques, misjoinder of offenses and defendants, joinder and severance. and another joinder and severance. So I'm just going to click this. Let's see what it is because we haven't been there yet. Oh wow, it's a whole chapter. Joinder and severance forms, defense techniques. So let's see what the oh, this is the let me see. I clicked too soon. I want the practice guide. Okay. 3 circumstances under which they might be joined. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. So we found some secondary sources on Lexis, and now we are off to um, work on question 9. So we're going to use some case finding methods, and I'll join you in the next video to do that.